app
for
this
we
first
go
part,
Brayton.
bring you in for the real factory boys, or what?
Who are the real factory boys?
I mean,
all right. Anyway.
Oh, this factory guy who has no ride. Geico Honda. See ya.
look, this is vintage now, okay?
By the way, speaking of Geico, before we get into it, we're so off topic. In Troll's new video, they were at the Nest, and the Geico rig was still parked there.
Oh, yeah.
And Brian Perry goes, speaking of dead things.
Yeah, it's funny.
Grundle got the semi back and got a bunch of the old race bikes back.
FYI, when I went to buy my Yamaha, I wore a Geico Honda jacket.
Kind of like when you wore a Geico shirt when we interviewed Mitchell.
Yes.
Well, you need to quit that.
I gotta buy some new stuff.
Why do you have so much Geico shit?
I love Geico. I'm a Honda guy.
All right, anyway, Brayton. Let's start off with Brayton. We're getting way too off track.
Brayton, Penrite Honda.
Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Also confirmed, half-ass confirmed, he's going to be in a high-end fly goggle.
Oh, really?
If anybody cares, but...
That's interesting.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, Fly has a high-end
not
goggle out. Supposedly, they've been dropping some rumors about it, and I think Brayton's going to be the guy that's going to be in it. So.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So what do you think of Brayton? Go ahead.
Man, it's... Last year, I really didn't think Brayton was going to be as good as he was, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because of, the age thing. Everybody likes to beat the dead horse on the age thing. And, and it's a relevant factor in our sport. Let's just be real. So, I didn't really think he was going to be as good as he was, but he was consistently in the top 10, man. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Brayton is, you watch him in practice, he's like always the first guy to uncork a section. Like, that dude is good. He's an animal. And with as stacked as this year is, I still think you're going to see some of the rookie guys fade out, and Brayton's still going to be there. So I think he's still going to sneak some top 10s in, probably after we get a couple rounds in. We know there's going to be injuries. We know stuff's going to happen. I think, the first 2 rounds or so, he's going to be outside the top 10, but he'll be close. And I think that's where his experience will come in. He will be able to outsmart some of the other guys that are in the field, and he can use the age to his advantage, I guess. And I gotta imagine he's got some pull at Honda still, so he's going to be out.
Oh, they're probably. Well, I mean, we know that the Penrite bike is good to begin with.
Yes.
So the bike. The thing that's going to be interesting to me is with him not doing all these preseason races this year, because we always thought, like, hey, he's going to come in, he's going to be ready, he's going to be in form, and then he kind of, especially with his age, he kind of starts fading off because his body just starts wearing down. So he's not going to have that. The only thing that worries me with Brayton, and once again, the age thing, the quick turnarounds in between each races. Yeah. That's the only thing that worries me, especially, like, say he just, say he tweaks a knee, in a main or whatever, just has a small get-off. He's not going to recover quick enough. That Tuesday to Saturday will be fine, but the Saturday to Tuesday, since now we know it's pretty much like that's the whole year other than Salt Lake and Daytona, that's the only thing that worries me a little bit with Brayton, because we know his speed's going to be there. And I do agree, you're going to see some of these guys, that are prone to injuries, or, they're just the rookies not making it through the whole entire season, But I think that Brayton can be another top 10 guy, but the quick turnaround is the only thing that worries me a little bit with him. And especially, like, this is also going to be different for him because he's one of the few guys that, he's had a family for a long time, and he's used to things being a certain way. Is his family going to be with him for every race? Is he not? Like, that also can mess with you mentally, like not seeing your kids, not seeing your wife. So I just think that he can be a top 10 guy, but he might be dealing with some more things than some of the other guys with just the quick turnarounds and not being able to go back home.
And I think with his age and stuff, he's going to be, and he just seems like a really smart, put-together guy. Yeah. And very calculated with everything he does. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to be able to adapt.
Yeah, I agree.
And be fine. I think it's just going to be like any other season for Brayton.
Okay.
Cheese pizza. Not good, but not great.
I mean,
some people would beg to differ. Some people say cheese pizza is the best.
Oh, I forgot we had a pizza expert.
We're not talking about pizza until Pizza Patrol wants to come on board to the show.
Okay. Anyway,
you're right. All right.
So why don't you go ahead and talk to Tim later today and be like, hey, bro, we're looking for sponsors.
We're just gonna block everything that has to do with pizza.
Tell them we'll put a translucent Pizza Patrol logo over the whole screen while we film.
Just right there.
No, just like I'll put it in post production.
There's plenty of room for sponsors.
Nah, dude, I'm not selling on the banner. That's too much work. If you want to buy a new banner, you can buy a new banner. Yeah. But other than that, we're just putting logos in the corners of the video.
We're gonna be sponsoring Justin Starling soon, so we're gonna put that.
Is
No,
that a
not.
thing?
No, but he is looking for sponsors. Anyways, what's your thing on Brayton?
Okay, so
God, we got off track quickly.
yeah, we do. We're great at
Jesus
this.
Christ.
This could be a 5-hour show. So
Like 2-year-olds.
So number one, as far as his wife goes and not seeing the kids and stuff, I think that he has good enough home life that that's gonna be handled. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem there. He's not gonna be like, say, a certain guy with a number one plate this year whose chick might be a little mentally unstable. No one's really sure. But hey,
Hang on, what?
I'm just saying.
I need to be filled in on this.
Yeah, let's talk.
So anyway, he doesn't have that problem. That home life is solid.
Okay.
So we're good on that.
Okay.
Now, he's not going to come in mid-season form, so I'm not sure we're going to get that spectacular Brayton we see sometimes at the beginning of the season because he's mid-season and everyone else is still figuring shit out.
Yep.
Because obviously we didn't have any Australia races, all that kind of shit. So I don't think we're going to see that. But I think we're going to see a consistently, just like you said, kind of cheese pizza level guy all year. But with that being said, and as deep as the field is, I see him, unless we get a bunch of injuries, more of a 10 to 15th place guy this year.
I agree.
With sneaking stuff in.
So is 10th
here
like
and
the
there.
ceiling for you guys with him? Like 10th?
I agree.
Like
As long
solid
as
10th?
everyone's healthy,
But like
yes.
10th though is like the best you could see.
As
him.
long as everyone's
Okay.
healthy,
I
yes.
agree with that because
Okay.
you throw in Mookie, you throw in Sexton now.
You got French.
Now, don't get me wrong. It wouldn't surprise me either to see him do something crazy like win a heat race or something
yep.
because you get these one-line tracks and he's on a Honda.
Another Daytona
He gets starts. I mean, I said, dude, that'd be like, who knows what's gonna happen now? Anyway, but yeah, so we know he can get starts. He's gonna be on the Honda. Obviously, Honda's probably still backdooring in parts because let's face it,
Brakes.
it's Justin Brayton.
Yep.
Um,
Pegs.
but yeah, but that's where I see him.